I just realized how many people don't realize that they either suffer now or they'll suffer later. Because one day you're 17 like me and you think everything's going great, you're in amazing shape, everything's going well, maybe you have a girlfriend, life's going well for you. And the next day you wake up, you're 40 and your body's burnt out and you're struggling to pay rent. And you're on your way to a job that you hate and you're depressed. And that's because you didn't suffer when you were 17. You didn't suffer when you were a teen. So you chose to suffer when you're 40. So today I'm going to tell you how you can suffer now instead of suffering later. So you know in the Matrix movie when they talk about when you take the blue pill or the red pill? That's a real decision you have to make in life because I think you know that to get something astounding, you have to put in astounding work. And if you want to become successful in any measure, then you have to suffer and sacrifice to make yourself successful in that area. But no one really seems to talk about this much. They seem to go through life and saying they'll do it the next day, or yeah, it'll all come to me. I'll manifest it into existence, or I don't. Maybe they seem to think that because they're good people, God will give them tons of money, and that's just not true at all. You need to snap back into reality and realize that no one's coming to save you. So you either suffer now or you're going to suffer later. So let's talk about suffering later, just so you can see the magnitude of the actions you do right now and the consequences they'll have. So you wake up, you're 40 years old, you peaked in high school, you know, you had all the girls, you had a bunch of fun, did all the drugs, went to all the parties, and you were the coolest kid in the whole senior class. Then you graduated, you went to college, and went on to do more parties. Maybe you joined a fraternity. Maybe you got a group of friends that are the dope kids at your school and take a bunch of drugs for 4 years straight. How 90% of college kids do. And then you realize that once you get out of college, you haven't really learned anything except how to waste your potential and how to degrade your own body. And then you're kind of stuck. You go to a job that you hate, you try to start a business with no knowledge, what do? So you just follow the wave once again and you get a job with whatever shitty degree you worked on and you just basically hate your life until you retire. And maybe when you retire at 65, you'll end up liking it more because you'll be able to go on vacation every summer. And in case you want to be a family man, let's get rid of that dream too because your kids are going to suffer because they don't have enough money to buy the stuff they want. Your wife is going to suffer because she's not going to be able to do her hair and her makeup and go on vacation, so she's going to find a guy that's richer than you. You're going to suffer because everyone will be able to call you a broke failure that peaked in high school. And your family's going to suffer because they're going to have to deal with the fact that your parents raised a loser, your siblings have a loser, and it's all because you chose to suffer later. Now let's talk about the case where you suffer now. You're young, maybe 14 through 25, and you decide, I'm gonna put in the work now. I'm gonna put my head down for a few years. Everybody's gonna call me crazy, everybody's gonna tell me to enjoy my young years while I can, but I'm not gonna believe them because I know that there's still life left to live and I still haven't hit my peak. And to hit that peak, I need to be consistent and work hard during 5 to 10 plus years. What will life look like then? Well, there's countless examples. In my case, I like to look at examples of successful content creators like Hansa and Mangaji, maybe even Tate if you'd like, or Dan Coe, whoever you like. But they all put their head down for 5 to 10 years. No one was looking at them. No one knew who they were. Everyone was probably making fun of them. Oh, you have a YouTube channel, ha ha ha. Just stop being a dumbass. No one's gonna listen to you. And look where they are now, making a ton of money, living the life they want, helping other young men, which is the dream. Maybe you're an athlete. In that case, look at your favorite athletes. Kobe Bryant, for example, he was a big role model of mine. He didn't have any talent for basketball. He wasn't Zion Williamson. He wasn't LeBron James. He had no talent. What he had was pure dedication, the Mamba mentality, right? He figured that if he outworked other people on a long enough time frame, he would be better than those people. And so it became true. He would get up at 4, train, rest, go out again and train, rest, go out again, guess what? Train, rest, and then do the last workout of the day. And he started out when he was 13, 14 years old after a summer of all the kids beating him in pickup games. Look where he went to. He went to the absolute heights of basketball because hard work pays off. It starts compounding slowly. He suffered when he was young so he could shine later. And Kobe might have been a genius in basketball, but it doesn't really take a genius to realize that if by the time you've done 2 workouts, your opposition is just waking up and getting started with their day on a long enough time frame, you're going to be better than them simply because you put in more work. So right now you're young. You think you don't have time, but you have all the time in the world to do what you need to do, to sacrifice and put your sights on a goal that you want to accomplish in the next 5 to 10 years and really grind on that goal. What's stopping you from doing that? Please make the decision to put your head down and fucking grind before you look back and regret it. Because I don't think you'll ever regret working hard. I don't think you'll ever regret not taking a bunch of drugs like the other guys. I don't think you'll ever regret not going out to party every weekend because that stuff gets boring. What I think you will regret is being 40, working a job you hate, coming home, being in a life you hate, and thinking, wow, I should have done that work. I should have suffered that. And instead, I'm suffering now. If you don't want to live in an eternity of hell in your own mind and fall into depression, have a terrible life, do the work now.